I'm making this video because a few people seem confused over the upcoming progression system changes. As when they buffed Pig in the last update, and it was a buff, I think that the wording is causing some people to not quite understand the change or why it's better in the long run. I'm seeing a lot more of this sentiment with the release of these 3 work-in-progress screenshots, which, by the way, because some people did ask, I didn't want to do a video on because it feels a little bit cheap to cover something that can be explained with a single glance, but this video seems like it would actually be useful. So, putting aside anything you may know about the old progression system, here's how the new one works as per the developer update. When leveling a new killer or survivor, you unlock each tier of their 3 perks for all characters each time you prestige them. You do not, therefore, need to find those perks in the blood web of other characters. For example, you get Bubba to level 50 and prestige him. Congratulations, you now have Knockout, Barbecue, and Franklin's at tier 1 on every other killer. The blood web will still be used for leveling and obtaining items, add-ons, and offerings, and your prestige level is now infinite and displayed in the post-game scoreboard. You also do not lose your perks when you prestige. It's worth noting that once tier 1 of a perk is unlocked, tier 2 and 3 will be available in the blood web of other characters randomly. Once you prestige for the second time and unlock tier 2, then tier 2 of that perk is available instantly to everyone. Again, tier 3 can be unlocked randomly in the blood web of other characters, or it can be unlocked for everyone immediately by prestiging for the 3rd time. So, if you want, you don't actually need to prestige characters 3 times and can do it only once. But the grind will be less overall if you do it the 3 times. For the rest of this video, we'll be assuming that that is what you want to do. Now, I can understand why this would come across as a grind increase, where before you only had to get a killer to level 40 to unlock their perks on every other character, you now have to get them essentially to level 150. But here's the crucial thing that I think people are missing. We all know that Dead by Daylight is a game that is heavily reliant on perks at a high level. You can do very well playing perkless, but often the difference between success and defeat in either role is by your usage of perks, meta or not. If you don't have certain perks on certain killers, then you just aren't going to have a good time. For example, I can play Bubba perfectly well without Bamboozle, but when I have Bamboozle on him, there's a much higher chance of me getting the 4K. Right now, there are 28 killers and 31 survivors. Each one of those characters has 3 unlockable perks, totaling 177 perks that need to be unlocked. But here's the thing, because of the way that the perk tiering system works, there's actually 531 perks that have to be unlocked on any given character. If you want to unlock every single perk on every single character at tier 3, you're looking at having to unlock... Wait for it. Are you ready? Make sure you're sitting down for this. 36,108 perks in total. 36,108 times will you hold down M1 on a perk before you're in a position where you can play any character perfectly effectively. There is an argument to be made that you won't ever actually want to get here because progression systems in games are essential when without the blood web system there isn't anything other than grades in the archives, but still, if you're looking at the cold hard statistics, that's a pretty phenomenal grind. And it gets worse. If we don't have the new progression system by the time of chapter 25, then, assuming that that update has 1 new killer and 1 new survivor, each with 3 new perks, you aren't just leveling those 2 characters, but having to get a further 549 perks to have those perks on every single other character. This gets exponentially worse with each update too, with a theoretical chapter 26 requiring 567 perks to be unlocked, and so on. The new system addresses this by not requiring you to level other characters to get these perks. You can, at most, unlock 2 perks per blood web, requiring right now around 275 level 50 blood webs to unlock all the new perks on all of the characters. The new system will never require more than 300 blood webs, which I know is higher than 275, but these are level 1 to 50 blood webs, not level 50 blood webs in total, which will require significantly less blood points. And above all else, it won't be an exponentially worse grind with each new chapter. You'll be able to only play on the new killer and survivor, knowing that your progress will unlock those perks on the other characters too. I hope that I've explained that well enough and proven that the grind change is a reduction and not an increase. If you have any questions or thoughts on these changes, please let me know in the comments. As always, a big thank you to my patrons, Jobrick182, Kurt Gardner, Sylvan, Think Sometimes, AVR Razor, Cokehead, Channel Manager, Chipstar878, and Godfather Dumbledore. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.